Okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hello. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. Phew. All right. Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Fantastic. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Very good. Let's sing a song, then we'll chant the Isopanishad, Prabhuji. Okay. We'll directly jump to Isopanishad.
What will you say?
Sing a song, Isopanishad, sing another song, Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
Sounds good, Prabhuji? Okay. Okay, page 43, Gopinath. Okay. Gopinath mama nivedana suna. Gopinath mama nivedana suna. Visaye durjana sada kamarato কিছু নাহি মোর গুণ। বিষয় দুর্জন সদা কামরত কিছু নাহি মোর গুণ। গোপীনা আমার ভরসা তুমি। গোপীনাথ আমার ভরসা তুমি। তোমার চরণে লইনু শরণ তোমার কিঙ্করা আমি। তোমার চরণে লইনু শরণ তোমার কিঙ্করা আমি। গোপীনাথ কেমনে শোধিবে মোরে। গোপীনাথ কেমনে শোধিবে মোরে। না জানি ভকতি কর্মে যোদামতি পড়েছি সংসার ঘোরে। না জানে ভকতি কর্মে যোদামতি পড়েছি সংসার ঘোরে। গোপীনাথ সকলি তোমার মায়া। গোপীনাথ সকলি তোমার মায়া। নাহি মম বল জ্ঞান সুনির্মল স্বাধীন নহে কায়া। নাহি মম বল জ্ঞান সুনির্মল স্বাভিমন নহি ছায়া গোপীনাথ নিয়ত চরণে স্থান গোপীনাথ নিয়ত চরণে স্থান মাগে পামর কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া করো হে করুণা দান মাগে পামর কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া করো হে করুণা দান গোপীনাথ তুমি তো সকলি পারো তুমি তো সকলি পারো দুর্জনে তারিতে তোমার শকতি কে আছে পাপিরারো দুর্জনে তারিতে তোমার শকতি কে আছে পাপিরারো গোপীনাথ তুমি কৃপা পারাবার গোপীনাথ তুমি কৃপা পারাবার জীবের কারণে আসিয়া প্রপঞ্চে লীলা কইলে সুবিস্তার জীবের কারণে আসিয়া প্রপঞ্চে লীলা কইলে সুবিস্তার গোপীনাথ আমি কি দোষে দোষী গোপীনাথ আমি কি দোষে দোষী অসুরা সকাল পাইল চরণ বিনোদ ঠাকিল বসি অসুর পাইল চরণ বিনোদ ঠাকিল বসি গোপীনাথ 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 नाथ की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल लेट्स रीड Isopanishad Prabhuji. So mantra 1 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Let me read the invocation, then you mantra 1, mantra 2, then we'll chant, okay? Oh, in that book? Okay. Which page? Okay, I got it. So we'll read the translation first. We'll do the Sanskrit. Let's read the Sanskrit. We can chant together Sanskrit. Huh? No. It was coming, but it was coming some yellow light here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There?
This one is working. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. This one is working.
Hare Krishna. It's coming now, I think. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes. Okay, recite together. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnam Adaya Purnam Eva Vishyate Isavasyam Idam Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyam Jagat Tena Tektena Bhunjitha Magridha Kasya Svidhanam Kurbane Beha Karmani Jiji Veshatam Samaha Evam Tvai Nanyate Tuasti Na Karma Lipyate Nare Asujya Namate Loka Andhena Tamashabritaha Tamste Prityabhi Gachanti Yake Chatma Hano Janaha Anejadekam Manaso Jabiyo Naina Deva Apnuban Purvamarshad Tadhavatu Anyanateti Tistat Tasmin Apo Matariswa Dadhati Tad Ejati Tan Nejati Tad Dure Tad Antike Tad Antarasya Sarvasya Tad U Sarvasyasya Badhyata Yastu Sarvani Bhutani Atmane Vanupasyati Sarvabhuteshu Chatmanam Tatona Vijukshute Yasmin Sarvani Bhutani Atmeva Bhutbijanatah Tatra Kumoha Kashoka Ekattam Anupasyata Saparyagas Sukram Akayam Abranam Aswani Viram Suddham Apapa Viddham Kabira Manisi Paribhu Swayambhu Yatha Tathaikyo Arthana Vyadadashasvatibhya Samabhyaha Andham Tama Pravisyanti Avidyam Upasate Tato Bhuya Iva Te Tamo Yatu Vidyayam Rataha Anyadevahu Vidyaya Nyad Ahur Avidyaya Iti Susrumadhiranam Yenastad Vichachakshire Vidyam Cha Vidyam Yacha Yas Tad Vedobhyam Saha Avidyaya Mrityum Tirbra Vidyaya Mritam Asnute Andham Tama Pravisanti Ye Asambhutim Upasate Tato Bhuya Ivate Tamo Yevu Sambhityam Rataha Anyadevahu Sambhavat Anyadahu Rasambhavat Iti Susrumadhiranam Yenastad Vichachakshire Sambhutim Cha Vinasam Cha Yastad Vedo Bhayam Saha Vinashena Mrityum Tirbra Sambhutyamritam Asnute Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasiphitam Mukham Tattam Pushan Apabrinu Satyadharmaya Drishtaye Pusane Karse Yama Sujya Prajapatya Viharasmin Samuha Tejo Yatte Rupam Kalyanatamam Tatte Pasyami Asho Asho Purushaso Aham Asmi Vayuna Nilamamritam Athedam Vasmantam Sariram Om Kratosmara Kratopsmara Kratosmara Kritam Smara Agnenaya Sapatharayeshman Vishwani Deva Vyunadi Vidwan Yayodhi Asmaj Juhuranam Eno Bhuistham Te Nama Uktim Vidhema. Jai. Let's read the translation one by one. Maybe Prabhuji, why don't you start first one?
The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and because He is completely perfect, all emanations from Him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced of the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because He is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from Him, He remains the complete balance.
Three? Okay, three.
Everything animate or inanimate that is within the universe is controlled and owned by the Lord. One should therefore accept only those things necessary for himself which are set aside as his quota, and one should not accept other things knowing well to whom they belong. One may aspire to live for hundreds of years if he continuously goes on working in that way. For that sort of work will not bind him to the law of karma. There is no alternative to this way for man.
The killer of the soul, whoever he may be, must enter into the planets known as the worlds of faithless, full of darkness and ignorance. Although fixed in his own abode, the personality of Godhead is swifter than the mind and can overcome all others running. The powerful demigods cannot approach him. Although in one place he controls those who supply the air and rain, he surpasses all in excellence. The Supreme Lord walks and does not walk. He is far away, but he is very near as well. He is within everything, and yet he is outside of everything.
He who sees everything in relations to the Supreme Lord, who sees all living entities as his parts and parcels, and who sees the Supreme Lord within everything, never hates anything or any being. One who always sees all living entities as spiritual sparks, in quality one with the Lord, becomes a true knower of things. What then can be illusion or anxiety for him? Such a person must factually know the greatest of all, the personality of Godhead, who is unembodied, omniscient, beyond reproach, without veins, pure and uncontaminated, the self-sufficient philosopher who has been fulfilling everyone's desire since time immemorial.
Those who engage in the culture of nations activity shall enter into the darkest region of ignorance. Worse still are those engaged in the culture of so-called knowledge. The wise have explained that one result is derived from the culture of knowledge and that a different result is obtained from the culture of nations. Only one who can learn the process of nations and that of transcendental knowledge side by side can transcend the influence of repeated birth and death and enjoy the full blessings of immortality.
Those who are engaged in the worship of demigods enter into the darkest region of ignorance, and still more so do the worshippers of the impersonal Absolute. It is said that one result is obtained by worshipping the supreme causes of all causes, and that another result is obtained by worshipping what is not supreme. All this is heard from the undisturbed authorities who clearly explained it. One should know perfectly the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna and his transcendental name, form, qualities and pastimes, as well as the temporary material creation with its temporary demigods, men and animals. When one knows this, he surpasses death and ephemeral cosmic manifestation with it, and in the eternal kingdom of God, he enjoys his eternal life of bliss and knowledge.
O my Lord, sustainer of all that lives, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. O my Lord, O primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle, destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays so that I can see your form of bliss. You are the eternal supreme personality Godhead, like unto the sun, as am I. Let this temporary body be burned to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I have done for you. O my Lord, as powerful as fire, O omnipotent one, now I offer you all obeisances, falling on the ground at your feet. O my Lord, please lead me on the right path to reach you, and since you know all that I have done in the past, please free me from the reactions to my past sins, so that there will be no hindrance to my progress. Om Tat Sat. Jai Jagannath. Okay. So, anything Prabhuji we should read? Any sloka from Isopanishad? Select which one. Let's read the mantra 17. How about that? Okay. Vayuranilam amritam. 17. Can you recite after me? Take the 123 page. Athedam bhasmantam sariram. Om kratosmara kratam smara. Kratosmara krutam smara. Vayuhu, air of life. Anilam, total reservoir of air. Amritam, indestructible. Atha, now. Idam, this. Bhasmantam, after being turned to ashes. Shariram, body. Om, O Lord. Krato, O enjoyer of all sacrifices. Smara, please remember. Krutam, all that has been done by me. Smara, please remember. Krato, O supreme beneficiary. Smara, please remember. Krutam, all that I have done for you. Smara, please remember. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Let this temporary body be born to ashes, and let the air of life be merged with the totality of air. Now, my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I have done for you. Purport. Can you read one paragraph, Prabhuji? One page you can read.
The temporary material body is certainly a foreign dress. The Bhagavad Gita 2.20 clearly says that after the destruction of the material body, the living entity is not annihilated, nor does he lose his identity. The identity of the living entity is never impersonal or formless. On the contrary, it is the material dress that is formless and that makes a shape according to the form of the indestructible person. No living entity is originally formless, as is wrongly thought by those with a poor fund of knowledge. This mantra verifies the fact that the living entity exists after the annihilation of the material body. In the material world, material nature displays a wonderful workmanship by creating varieties of bodies for the living beings according to their propensities for sense gratification. The living entity who wants to taste stool is given a material body that is quite suitable for eating stool, that of a hog. Similarly, one who wants to eat the flesh and blood of other animals may be given a tiger's body equipped with suitable teeth and claws. But the human being is not meant for eating flesh, nor does he have any desire to taste stool. Even in the most aboriginal state, human teeth are so made that they can chew and cut fruit and vegetables. Although there are 2 canine teeth, so that primitive humans can eat flesh if they so desire. But in any case, the material bodies of all animals and men are foreign to the living entity. They change according to the living entity's desire for sense gratification. In the circle of evolution, the living entity changes bodies one after another. When the world was full of water, the living entity took an aquatic form. Then he passed to the vegetable life, from vegetable life to worm life, and from worm life to bird life, from bird life to animal life, and from animal life to the human form.
Thank you. Give it to Prabhu.
The highest developed form is this human form when it is possessed of a full sense of spiritual knowledge. The highest development of one's spiritual sense is described in this mantra. One should give up the material body, which will be turned to ashes, and allow the air of life to merge into the eternal reservoir of air. The living being's activity are performed within the body through the movement of different kinds of air, known in summary as pranavayu. The yogis generally study how to control the airs of the body. The soul is supposed to rise from one circle of air to another until it rises to the Brahmarandha, the highest circle. From that point, the perfect yogi can transfer himself to any planet he likes. The process is to give up one material body and then enters into another, but the highest perfection of such changes occurs only when the living entity is able to give up the material body altogether, as suggested in this mantra, and enter into the spiritual atmosphere where he can develop a completely different type of body, a spiritual body which never has to meet death or change. Here in the material world, material nature forces the living entity to change his body due to his different desires for sense gratification. These desires are represented in the various species of life, from germs to the most perfected material body, those of Brahma and the demigod. All of these living entities have bodies composed of matter in different shapes. The intelligent man sees oneness not in the variety of bodies but in the spiritual identity.
Read one page, Prabhuji. Read one page.
Yes. The spiritual spark, which is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, is the same whether he is in the body of a hog or in the body of a demigod. The living entity take different bodies according to his pious and vicious activities. The human body is highly developed and has full consciousness. According to the Bhagavad Gita, 7:19, the most perfect man surrender unto the Lord after many lifetime of culturing knowledge. The culture of knowledge reach perfection only when the knower comes to the point of surrendering unto the Supreme Lord, Vasudeva. Otherwise, even after attaining knowledge, one's spiritual identity, if one does not come to the point of knowledge that the living entity are eternal part and parcel of the whole and can never become the whole, one has to fall down again into the material atmosphere. Indeed, one must fall down even he has become one with the Brahma Jyoti. As we have learned from the previous mantra, the Brahma Jyoti emanate from the transcendental body of Lord is full of spiritual spark that are individual entities with the full senses of existence. Sometimes this living entity want to enjoy their senses, and therefore they are placed with the material world to become false lords under the direction of the senses. The desire for lordship is the material disease of a living being. For under the spell of sense enjoyment, he transmigrates through the various bodies manifested in the material world, become one with the Brahma Jyoti, does not represent mature knowledge. Only by surrendering unto the Lord completely and developed one's sense of spiritual service does once reach the highest perfection stage.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, we won't read further. I will just read the last one and then we'll discuss, okay? In this mantra, the living entity prays to enter the spiritual kingdom of God after relinquishing his material body and material air. The devotee prays to the Lord to remember his activities and the sacrifices he has performed before his material body is turned into ashes. He makes this prayer at the time of death, with full consciousness of his past deeds and of the ultimate goal. One is completely under the rule of material nature remembers the heinous activities he performed during the existence of his material body, and consequently he gets another material body after death. The Bhagavad Gita 8.6 confirms this truth. Yam yam vapi smarana bhavam tejatyante kalevaram tam tam evati kunteya sada tadbhava bhavitaha. Whatever state of being one remembers when he quits his body, O son of Kunti, that state he will attain without fail. Thus the mind carries the living entity's propensities into the next life. Unlike the simple animals who have no developed mind, the dying human being can remember the activities of his life like dreams at night. Therefore his mind remains surcharged with material desires, and consequently he cannot enter into the spiritual kingdom with a spiritual body. The devotees, however, develop a sense of love for Godhead by practicing devotional service to the Lord. Even if at the time of death a devotee does not remember his service to the Lord does not forget him. The prayer is given to remind the Lord of the devotee's sacrifices, but even if there is no such reminder, the Lord does not forget the service rendered by his pure devotee. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here and we'll just discuss about this point because it's too big purport. So before that we just chant the pranam mantra. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshura Unmilitam Yenai Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunath Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Nitamsha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Vyasascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Evacha Patitanam Pavinebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Om Tatsat. So this verse, which is, we'll talk about another 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, then we'll jump into the Bhagavad Gita till 8 o'clock. Okay. So this sloka, mantra 17, which we read, translation is, Sanskrit translation, Vayur anilam amritam, athedam bhasmantam sariram, om kratosmara krutam smara, kratosmara krutam smara. Let this temporary body be born to ashes, and let the air of life be merged into the totality of air. Now, O my Lord, please remember all my sacrifices, and because you are the ultimate beneficiary, please remember all that I have done for you. So here, Prabhupada has mentioned about primarily the body, because mostly it is talking about the body. So when Gajendra Moksha, he is praying to the Lord, he prayed the same thing. Om Kratosmara means not necessarily the same Sanskrit word, but his essential part was he was praying, if you give me something, what would I do? He realized, I have a body of an elephant, such a big, huge, gigantic body. It's just a waste. Every part of my body is filled with ajnan, means ignorance. And if I get out of it, what is the guarantee that I won't be in dilemma or problem like this? Because he understood that padam padam vipadam. Everywhere, every step in this world there is a danger. Now counterattack this one, oh my Lord, please give me something. Give me something where I can surpass this nature. So when he said that, when he was praying to Supreme Lord, not Supreme Lord Narayan, he is praying to the Omnipotent, who is the creator of the world. He did not mention anybody's name. Who is the creator of this world? And he was the king previous life, as Indradumna, a great king. Because of his offense, both this crocodile and this elephant became that life because of some offenses they did. So they came to this mundane world. So he was praying, please, my Lord, do something. At the same time, what he wants to know, he is condemning himself. Is it bhakti? This is written in Srimad Bhagavatam from different commentaries from different great saintly persons have given. Is it bhakti? Can anyone do bhakti at the time of danger? That is not real bhakti. That is real necessity to remove my obstacles. If somebody is in a state of devotion, he doesn't necessarily ask the Lord to remove his danger. Suppose if somebody is completely in trance with the Lord, his position, Hare Krishna both, Vrinda, Brajendra Kumar and Dikshit Prabhu. So if at the time of difficulties, how can somebody exhibit devotion? It is other way around. A devotee can exhibit devotional qualities at the time of danger. But an ordinary person cannot exhibit devotion at the time of danger. Only thing what he can ask for, remove my danger. So he is basically saying, I cannot perform devotion at this stage because I am in a danger. The poison caused by the sharp bite of the crocodile is piercing my every part of my body like a scorching, scorpion biting everywhere. And I am so tired. And how can I judge myself that I will be doing bhakti to you? It is not bhakti. He particularly concluded that. So it is the same case for us. When we are in a dangerous condition, how can I exhibit bhakti? There is no question of bhakti. There is only one question is taking protection, shelter of the Lord. Shelter of the one of the six system, one of the Saranagati. And Saranagati, the ultimate goal of Saranagati is bhakti. But the process of understanding or practicing Saranagati is itself not pure love. But that doesn't mean that devotee is outside of those six Saranagati. And God is saying, at the same time he is praying and doing everything, everybody is there with their Biman. Brahma is with the swan sitting like that, and Indra is with his Aravat elephant, he is sitting, and Brahma was about to come. He was saying, now I think I may go, but let me call the name, oh four-headed Lord of Brahma, oh creator of this world, please come and save me. Once he comes, I'll jump, I'll help him. So they are basically watching for the moment. Unless and until that particular mantra is not invoked, that particular deity doesn't manifest. Immediately when Brahma is thinking that way, what mantra Gajendra said, he said exactly the same mantra which refers to Brahma, but other way around. Oh Brahma, oh my Lord, whom you created as such an insignificant Brahma from your lotus navel. When he heard, his heart was piercing, like, just imagine somebody is going with a great, I am going to help you. Taran Prabhuji, I am now boss and I have all the ingredients. Then you talk to my, insignificant employee of that particular company. You think basically I am the powerful managing director or the CEO of the company, but you are just an ordinary software engineer or something. But when certain things, then your false ego at the time is shattered into pieces. So Brahma was shattered into, oh person, you just emanated, from whom is such an insignificant Brahma is emanated. What to speak of many living beings? When Brahma's name was spoken like that, he didn't mention Brahma or something. Kamalakanta means certain words, which is Brahma is an intelligent person, he knows what he's talking about. So when he heard about that statement, his heart was pierced into. Then what to speak of all Indra, Chandra and Varunas? They think, thank God, at least he covered our name. with Brahma's name. So we are safe. We are safe because we are not so glorified, so downplaying. They think still godly. Ishvara Bhav has not gone from the demigods yet. Just like when become big, every bhav can go. The bhav of renunciation can go. The bhav of not touching a woman, not gambling, all the 4 regulative principles can go. But ultimate bhav, which is the bhav of being the controller, the bhav of being the master, the bhav of being the Ishvara Bhav. That Ishvara Bhav is not going immediately within the demigod. Even though they are close to pure devotee. Brahma is not a pure devotee, but close to pure devotees. So that bhav is still there, and because of that bhav, they are not considered pure devotees. And that bhav is not going, even though they have transactions with the Lord, they are not saying, now I am not going to my Brahmalok, I want to stay with you. They are not saying the statement. Has Brahma said when he met Krishna in Vrindavan, that my Lord, I met you now, I understand you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all the Vishnu is expansion from you, Vishnu is my expansion. Now what duty I have in the Brahmalok? I stay in Vrindavan. Has that bhav come to them? Did they pray that? They didn't pray that. And Krishna also didn't ask them to stay in Vrindavan. They will cause more nuisance. So who are the persons qualified to stay with Krishna? Vrindavan, there is one bhav. I am not the hero. In material world, everybody was trying to be the hero, isn't it? Oh, I saved him. I am police, I saved him. I am fireman, I saved him. Whatever extent of the heroism may be. But the heroism is there naturally in the living beings. But in Vrindavan, nobody thinks that I am going to kill the demon. They are always dependent on the Lord's mercy. That is the difference. Has anyone killed a demon in Vrindavan? Has Subala, Radharani, Lalita, Vishaka, they killed any person? They slapped anyone? Even though they are equally powerful, more than powerful than Lord Brahma. They can do anything because they are associate of Krishna, but they never take the responsibility of being the real doer, what Krishna does. The only thing they do, let Krishna do it. He is the Lord. I am just the servant. This is the 100% complete surrender or complete dependency on the Lord. The other dependency is also 100%, but subjugated that I am an empowered devotee of the Lord. Means I am an empowered devotee of the Lord in the sense I am the empowered position, representative of the Lord, and I can perform the task. Just like we have ultimate cause and immediate cause. So that immediate cause once he removes, that is called Gopi Bhava. Means that is called the Bhava of devotions, Bhava of Braj Bhakti. What is the immediate cause? I am the immediate maintainer of my home. Because I get the salary, I paid, I get the money. I am the immediate maintainer because I am the immediate father of you, my dear son. Then there is a bhav of Ishvara. And it doesn't go immediately. I am the immediate controller of the society for here. That bhav is there. But definitely in relationship with the Lord. But the bhav of Ishvara bhav is not lost or not absent. The Ishvara bhav is present to certain degrees. Where Gopi bhav is, the bhav of Ishvara is absent completely. There is no bhav of Ishvara. When they will see, and because of that, there is an intense love between the Lord and the devotees, pure devotees. Only by such bhav somebody attains, he is qualified to enter into the kingdom of God. It is not that Brahma is not chanting Hare Krishna mantra. It is not that Indra is not chanting Om Namo Narayana, Vishnu Sahasranam. Every day, every minute, every time, they are performing more sacrifices than you. So you cannot compare. How do you compare with the sacrifices of them? Here what is said? Om Kratosmara Kratosmara, Kritam Smaro Kritam Smara. Whatever sacrifices have done, what sacrifices in comparisons to Brahma's our sacrifice? Can you count? Insignificant. What sacrifice you have done compared to Indra? Insignificant. Isn't it? Insignificant. It is not that they don't know, they have not chanted the Mahamantra, they have not heard the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam has been heard. They have come here. Where did they come? Same assembly demigods, they have come to where? Sukadev Goswami was speaking to Parikshit Maharaj in near the Ganges, Hastinapur, near Delhi. Sukratala. Same demigods are coming with nectar bottle. Just like Ganga bottles, right? Ganges bottle we got. All the demigods, important demigods, Indra, Chandra, Kubera, everybody they came. They came to see what? If the snake bite Parikshit Maharaj, will give this nectar. This is from Padma Puran, Skanda Puran, Harivansa Vilas, some commentaries on Sanatana Goswami's literature. So these are the things which is not directly there in Srimad Bhagavatam, but these are an expansion of Bhagavatam which talks these stories which started, because it gives the importance of pure devotees. It's very hard for other people to follow it because Bhagavatam doesn't really tell each one, because Sukadeva Goswami is not going to glorify himself. Rather than, there are many things happened earlier to that which was glorified by all the sages present there. They have written their own Upanishads. One sage on the left side, he has got realization many different ways. He has written his Upanishad. Another sage on the back, he got many realization. Before or after or whatever it is. He got his Upanishads. So all of them are true. So all the demigods, they came there, and what they wanted to do? They got the nectar for what? If the snake bites, we give Amrit to Parikshit Maharaj. And why we are giving it? In exchange of the nectar, he is going to talk. We will also hear nectar for nectar. Right? Money for money. Devotions for devotion. Lakshmi for Lakshmi. So nectar for nectar, this is the transaction. What is the nectar for nectar? That if the snake, Takshak, or whoever is that, bites Parikshit Maharaj, before that we give nectar. So what will happen? Nothing will happen. And we wanted to protect Parikshit Maharaj. At the same time we can hear Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. Let's get our seat and sit at here. So all the demigods got their seat and everything ready, and they got nectar and they give the proposals to Sukadeva Goswami. Sukadeva Goswami said, please be seated. Did he say? Very nice proposal, right? Isn't it? Very nice proposal. He said, very fantastic proposal. Sukadeva Goswami said, please make sure 150 miles from this zone, these demigods, rascals should not be visible. They are not qualified to hear my lecture. Nectar for nectar. Bhagavatam's nectar is not even nectar to your Amrit, whatever drop you are talking about. It is millions of drops of the Amrit which is there stored in the storehouse of Amrit in heavenly planet, is not even equivalent to one word spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. So what to speak of ordinary nectar? Same nectar, we are not piercing into the heart. Why we are not piercing into the heart? Same people there. How many people are there? Hundreds of demigods, they are kicked out from the whole assembly hall. Because they don't have qualifications. So if you want to hear the Bhagavatam from a pure devotee, you need to be qualified. But second thing, how we are qualified? Second thing is, second qualification, either the speaker gives you the qualifications to sit on you. Just like here when Prabhupada is speaking about Srimad Bhagavatam, either we are qualified, nobody is qualified, nobody thinks himself qualified to listen the Bhagavatam which is written by Srila Prabhupada. Are you qualified? We are giving them, please read this, please read this. Because it is an empowerment by the pure devotee to read. Now we cannot compare that why demigods are kicked out and why the person who is in knowledge, who is in certain things where he can understand, there are certain degree of chastisement. A fool dog, he is moving around, he comes inside the temple with shoes or a bone in the mouth. He is not punishable. He is a poor dog. The dog, that's the only animal who does urinate in the tulsi plant. But is it the greatest offense he is doing? But is tulsi is reacting? No. Because he is a fool number one, Agyan. So similarly, these guys are Agyan. So they cannot understand. So these demigods are not Agyan people. They have come to this stage. But Sukadeva Goswami wants to purify their final stage, subtle elements. This final thing they wanted to purify, but that takes them life after life to purify that particular consciousness. Just imagine. They are already in a Brahma-bhuta stage. All siddhis are available to Indra. Ashta siddhi you can take, he becomes smaller than the smaller, he becomes lighter than the lighter, heavier than the heavier, he can control the whole planet, he can create a planet, he can do anything, he can enjoy with any woman, anything he can do. Everything is there available in Indra. But Sukadeva Goswami did not see the qualification in the demigods to hear Srimad Bhagavatam at that spot. But later on it has been spoken, Srimad Bhagavatam also, not necessarily in heavenly planets. But at the time when they came with the proposal, it was because he's a businessman. When he did the Giraj pastimes, what he did? Diplomatic ideas always. Oh, I did this now. I know Krishna can be pleased by this. How? He brought the Surabhi cow in front. In front Vairavat. Everybody first get even though there is something wrong, they get this offering. It's not me. If Krishna is anyway a little bit mad, crazy, that I will flee away. Why thou? He was big plan. Put nowadays what? Soldiers be in the front. Anyway, if they kill, they will be killed, not me. I am the man signing the bill or policy in White House. Isn't it, Prabhu? What's going on for me? Okay, dead? $50,000 donations to their home. I signed the bill as if he's giving from his own pocket. So this is the policy. These are all diplomatic policies. So Indra has some diplomatic policy. What is that? How I come to this stage and how I say, Surabhi goes, Krishna anyway is Govinda. In case anything goes wrong, Surabhi has to take care. Because he has to transact, right? If he is angry, then he will first exhibit whoever. If there is a problem, you come, some water is falling down, then whoever is there, he will chase you, right? What you did, why you did? I came now, Prabhuji. No, but you did. So similarly, the first person is there, so it is Indra's thing. So similarly, we have to understand that how the positions of the devotees and how the positions of a sub-devotees and how the position of a neophyte devotees, how the position of this one. So one should not calculate based on the external power or the expansion. Rather than doing a study of consciousness is very difficult to understand. When Giriraj Maharaj was writing his Vyas Puja offering and he was saying to Gaur Govind Maharaj, he was having transactions and he was saying, what are the 5 limbs of devotional service? Mathura Vas, chanting the holy name, association with the pure devotees, residing in Mathura, deity worship, and Srimad Bhagavatam. Maybe I repeated one, but 5 limbs, right? So 5 limbs, then Giriraj Maharaj said, yeah, I am feeling of residing in Mathura, like going to stay in Mathura, and Then Gaur Govind Maharaj said, yes, Mathura Vas means full, like being a devotee itself. Then Gaur Govind Maharaj, what was his reply? He said, that's true. Kansa resided in Mathura too. Isn't it? Where did Kansa reside? Where did he stay? Kansa stayed where? Which state? Mathura, right? He is the Mathura Vas. Isn't it? Then why did he get the benefit? So it is not that you stay in Mathura and become a pure devotee. It is your consciousness has to be corrected. That doesn't mean that the Mathura Vas has been nullified at all, completely. But at the same time, one cannot judge that, okay, Mathura Vas means A, B, C, D, 100% mark. It's not like writing a book on that. So the study of consciousness to be done in that way, that whether my consciousness is changed or not. And how it is judged? Not by staying in Mathura Vas or something. Whether you have developed the love of God or not, that is calculated here. When ordinarily Brahma is not a pure devotee, if Indra is not a pure devotee, then it is impossible for us to really make a goal in our life to become a pure devotee. If I see such big stalwart are not pure devotees, then how can I become a pure devotee? So Prabhupada always mentioned, it is not to be ambitious about pure devotees. Pure devotee is not like a coin floating around here and there. It is ambitious to be a devotee itself. But at the same time, ambitious to know about pure devotees. When we know something, we want to be that something. When we hear something, we want to be there something. I mean, to be myself. When I hear about sports, I said, oh, I also play. I know about it. When I hear about some, something on any topics, I know about it. Or I am myself. We place ourselves in that whole circumference, isn't it? Everybody says it's a human nature. So, but when you think about something, I am not, but I am not going to be now also. That is, if Lord wants me, then I may become. We ask, purify our consciousness. We ask, purify our contaminated consciousness. We ask the Lord to give us pure devotion. We ask everything, but not by everything is automatically done. How it is done? Lord's mercy is just like surrendering to the one, which is Radha Govind Maharaj is giving one lecture and he was saying, just like you go, Krishna is likely prapanna palan. Palan means he is maintaining everybody. How he is maintaining? You go and bow down to Krishna now. He will maintain you. Any question asked? No question asked. You go and bow down in Google. Does he give you a job? He asks you, oh, what, are you PhD? Or what time you will work? Our timing is 9 to 5, only half an hour lunch break. You have to this, many conditions. After that, you get a background check, terrorist check, and many check, right? Then he gives you the appointment offer. Who is merciful then? Lord who is checking you, how much you have contaminated ideas with any kind of mood you come to whom? To the Lord's surrender lotus feet. Then what he says? I give you the service. You become my servant, because just by bowing down to the Lord, you get what? You get service of the Lord. What service? He can accommodate in any service. Just by, many people don't even bow down to the Lord. Because in Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter and 18th chapter, what Krishna is saying? 4 things. Manmana bhavo, mad bhakto, madhyaji, maam namaskuru. So 4 things one has to be done. And what are those 4 things we talked about? So Krishna, when he comes, what he says? That you just bow down to me, I'll protect you, I'll do it. Is any master in this world give you such statement? You go to any bank, he said that I will give you $100,000, you just touch my feet. Hundreds of people in line, make a big line, isn't it? Touch my feet. And $100,000, I see the value. That money is coming to my pocket. But if Krishna is saying, I will give everything, nobody is coming here. Why it is so? Any questions of why it is so? Faith. That's what we'll read Bhagavad Gita now, 17th chapter. Yeah. Yes, of course. You can stop.
But the desire of lordship is the material disease of every living being.
Sorry, what is that?
The desire of lordship is the disease of all living beings. This is one of the things we were reading.
Yes.
So, when you have that desire, how do we become a pure devotee?
Okay, so Prabhuji asking if you have a desire, how you become a pure devotee. So it is contradictory. So the desire has to be engaged in Krishna's service. Sevana mukhe jivadi spurati evam. Spurati evam swayameva. That means when your contaminated consciousness or whenever your contaminated senses are regulated in the service of Krishna, Rishikesh is the master of this one, then automatically by purified senses you can think things clearly or distinctly. So the only thing it is said, by engaging your tongue, that is what he said, tongue is the first word which comes, jihvagre. Jihvagre, by chanting, by the same tongue, you engage yourself and that becomes contaminated, purified, and once purified then you become pure devotees. So how it is happening? So Rishikesh is the master of the senses. So engaging your tongue in the service of Rishikesh, you become purified. Make sense, Prabhuji? Yeah.
Another thing, Prabhuji.
Yes.
When we were reading the different form of life, when the world was full of water, the living entity took aqua form, and then it's past vegetables, and then the vegetables become worm, and worm is become bird is become animal. So is this something Is it part of the evolution or is anything connected
Yeah,
with that?
it is a kind of evolution. Vedic evolution statement is like that. So you become, if somebody goes to heavenly planet, how they drop? They again become in Srimatam Srimate Gehe, means by the Brahmins or in the Vaishnava families or in the rich family they born, or those who are born in the as a form of grass. They fall from the rain and they become grass. The grass is eaten by cows or different birds or animals. Then they become bird and all the things. So it is the type of evolution, but there are more scientific way you can understand by going through the life comes from life and another book, so you will understand more. Yeah, but that's true. So Prabhupada just give one synopsis. Okay, so let's chant one small bhajan and then we'll read Bhagavad Gita, which Prabhu said. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivara Dhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivara Dhari, Jasodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana, Jasodanandana Braja Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jamuna Tira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Sri Radha Madan Mohan Bhagavan ki, Sriman Mahaprabhu ki, Sri Lakshmi Narasimhadev Bhagavan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Oh, that sloka I was talking about. Atha Sri Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Graham Indriya Sevara Mukhe Jivadi Swayam Eva Spurati Ada. So, the service of the Lord starts from the Sri Krishna Namadi. Means from his Nam it starts with that. And then it is said about how do you serve to the Lord. Sevara Mukhe Jivadi. By chanting, vibrating your tongue. That's why you serve the Supreme Lord. Then we become purified. So tongue purifies all your senses.
So nectar devotion is the everyone.
Huh? Yeah. Yes. So that's the one which is the first senses which is purifying every senses is the tongue one. Is I was going to the one story. It is said the dog makes more friends because he waggers his tails, not his tongue. Means he put tail, didn't go to you, then he put tail like that, then people like it. So it becomes friends. So similarly, if you open your tongue too much, if you are a fool, then you will make more enemies. Did you follow? Did you follow, Mataji? Yes? Yes? Yes. Okay. So Prabhuji said, where I started, where I stopped, that about faith. So which chapter is the faith? 17, right? Let's read some slokas from 17. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chapter 17, the divisions of faith. Arjuna Uvacha. Ye Shastra Vidhim Utsrijya Yajante Shraddhanyitaha Tesam Nisthatu Ka Krishna Sattamaho rajastamaha. Arjuna inquired, O Krishna, what is the situation of those who do not follow the principles of scriptures, but worship according to their own imagination? Yeah, are they in goodness, in passions, or in ignorance? Purport. Can someone read? Dikshit Prabhu, you want to read? Mataji, give. Huh? Sorry, I forgot your name, Mataji.
Charlene.
Charlene? Oh, Charlene, okay. Please.
Arjun inquired, O
No,
Krishna.
the purport.
Oh, in the 4th chapter, 39th verse, it is said that a person faithful to a particular type of worship gradually becomes elevated to the stage of knowledge and attains the highest perfectional stage of peace and prosperity. In the 16th chapter, it is concluded that one who does not follow the principles laid down in the scriptures is called an asura, a demon, and one who follows the scriptural injunctions faithfully is called a deva, a demigod. Now, if one with faith follows some rules which are not mentioned in the scriptural injunctions, what is his position? This doubt of Arjun's is to be cleared by Krishna and those who create some sort of god by selecting a human being and placing their faith in him, worshipping in goodness, passion, or ignorance. Do such persons attain the perfectional stage of life? Is it possible for them to be situated in real knowledge and elevate themselves to the highest perfectional stage? Do those who do not follow the rules and regulations of the scriptures, but who have faith in something and worship gods and demigods and men, attain success in their effort? Arjuna is putting these questions to Krishna.
Very good. So can you get the 4th chapter, 39 verse?
4th chapter, 39.
Yeah, 4th chapter is transcendental knowledge, and 39 verse is based.
Okay. Do you want me to read the Sanskrit?
Yeah, just read the translation only.
Transcription. A faithful man who is dedicated to transcendental knowledge and who subdues his senses is eligible to achieve such knowledge, and having achieved it, he quickly attains a supreme spiritual peace.
Thank you. And also 16th chapter, the last one, which is just before one page from this.
Okay.
Just
One
read the-
should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated.
Thank you. So basically 2 points importance has been given. One is senses, means how do you subdue your senses, and faith, and in the 16th chapter and it is said about scriptures, how you understand the duty, from where you get the duty, what is not there, how do you know that this particular device is working in this way or that way? By the manual, right? Manual is the guidelines for, and who creates the manual? Is Apple manual is created by Microsoft? Is the BMW car manual is created by Toyota? So who creates that? The manufacturer. So who creates religion then? God creates religion. So if God creates religion, He creates the manual, and those are our scriptures, the Vedas and everything, who is created by God Himself. If God is the creator of the religion. So how do you know this thing? So just giving a summary, we talked about our Isopanishad, 17th sloka we got, and what he said? My dear Lord, my body is going to burn into ashes. Let my air be mixing in the totality of air. And please remember whatever I have done, my sacrifices and everything, please remember at my time of death, so that I can remember you and you can take me back. And this one, the divisions of faith, is starting where we are reading this Bhagavad Gita. Well, Arjuna is asking question to whom? Krishna, that what is the situation of those who do not follow the principles of scriptures? Some people who do not follow, they think, I know everything. There are many people in the world. Just by a little bit of mixing, I think you go for book distribution, oh, Bhagavad Gita, I know everything. Or this one, I know everything. So the feeling of I know is there because either I don't want to know about it, or that much I know is enough for me, or I don't care even though I know or I don't know what's the value for me, so I know it. I know that I don't know.
Most of the time when people say that, they know that, but really that...
Use the microphone.
When we do these things, distributing the book or talking to somebody about this, and they said, "Oh, I know Bhagavad Gita," that means they don't know Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah. Did you tell them? Prabhupada used to say that sometimes in an aeroplane he was going and he asked one of his disciples, do one thing, what? Go ask the air hostess, shave your head, we'll take you back to Godhead. He was just joking. No, go, ask. We wanted to say. So he was saying, go ask. He was basically inducing. Go ask. You can shave your head and we'll take you back to Godhead, like Haridas Thakur did. So he was very nervous. Then Prabhupada was basically saying. So the point is, we have to be also sometimes very bold in saying, yes, Krishna is the only Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even though we may not have complete understanding, we may not have complete faith to prove Him, or we may not have the right information at the time, but we should say when you go confidently how much you know, because Lord is in the heart and He reciprocates and He gives the intelligence. By divine intelligence, you will be able to, the right word and the right type of methods will come to our mind. He will reveal us if you are faithful to Him. So the division of faith, chapter 17, it talks about mode of goodness, mode of patience, mode of ignorance. I am not going to details on those areas, but in a summary, Lord Krishna explains about austerity of body, austerity of mind, and austerity of speech. We divided into three categories, which is that by body means how do you, when you respect to elders, when you are faithful to elderly persons, or something which is given in a bodily platform also, and you take bath, clean your bodies. So these are all austerities of the bodies. Then austerities of the speech, you talk truthful words, pleasing words, and you recite Vedic hymns, and you regulate by chanting many mantras, even though you don't understand, still you chant continuously, because that vibrations is purifying. So we should cultivate the idea of chanting few mantras. That's why our Vaisheshika Prabhu said about chant chapter a day. If you cannot join at least one verse, we can read. Or if you cannot read, some of the best thing is Sikshastakam. Or what you can do is, we can recite some bhajan, whichever you like, Hari Haraya Nama. Something we can make a practice, so that our tongue can automatically utter while after taking bath, so that it should 10 minutes, 15 minutes, so that it become peaceful. Anyway, we all are chanting Hare Krishna mantra, which is very good. But at the same time, our limbs are, what are the things? Navada Bhakti. Navada Bhakti is Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. Right? So, the two aspects is Archana and Vandana. Archana and Vandana is deity worship, and Vandana is reciting some beautiful prayers. So we don't need to devise anything. 5 prayers you can choose from. Let's say I will sing one bhajan for Lord. Hari Haraya Nama. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu every day sings. And let's say I will chant some Samhita, Brahma Samhita, you can take 5 slokas, which is starting with Govindam Adi Purusham, Ishvara Parama Krishna, then Venum Konantam Aravinda. Then you can take all the 5 Brahma Samhita and one Hari Haraya Namam, and then make a small book, and then you can recite 15 minutes a day. Your own thing. Whatever, I don't want to give the guidelines, but you can take your, which is one from the bhajan, very simple one, Jai Radha Madhav even is fine, and 5 some critical slokas, or from Brahma Samhita, which is prayer, or Gajendra Moksha prayer, which you talked about, Gajendra Uddharan, Gajendra Gajamoksha. That one. So combine Bhagavad Gita sloka from everything, you can take combination, including Srimad Bhagavatam. Little bit. Because Srimad Bhagavatam has been so importantly given, the importance of just recitation, as I talked to you about Sukadeva Goswami, about Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam, even if it is there in Padma Puran, there is definitions of Srimad Bhagavatam, glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam in Padma Puran, which said that last time when I was reading with Prabhuji about Padma Puran, one sloka was there, one particular, And after that, that Padma Puran, the definition or the explanation comes where Narad Muni wants to go to visit Badrikashram. Badrikashram is a place in India where, in Himalayas, where Naranaran Rishi performed the austerities. So he wants to just visit for some reason, and at the same time he could not see them, so he went back, and he was going on his way back, he visiting Vrindavan. And in the Vrindavan he saw one beautiful lady. She was crying in front of two mid-aged men. They are lying almost dead. And she was crying. So she was crying, so Narad Muni inquired about the distress of that lady, why you are crying. And he asked, who are you and why are you crying for this lady? It generally, any big devotee who is going, he is compassionate towards the other living entities. So Narad Muni, similarly, he was empathetic towards the towards the beautiful girl, and she asked, they are husband, they are real friends, they are your brothers, they are father, who are they? Two ladies. So she said, I am Bhakti. I am Bhakti personified. And who are those? These two gentlemen are Gyan and Vairagya. Gyan means knowledge personified and Vairagya personified. Why they are dead? Because nobody is developing Gyan and Vairagya. How Gyan and Vairagya is developed? By Bhakti, Gyan and Vairagya is developed. There are many bhaktas. Om Krishna, Om. There is many mantras, there are people chanting, there are many people are doing many things. But why? By doing such bhakti still, bhakti is not developed. Means what does it mean? By doing bhakti, bhakti is not developed means what? Means Gyan and Vairagya is not developed, then what is the symptom of bhakti? Nothing, right? So she was saying, and it is a long thing, she was giving the description that I started from south. Then it was going from certain extent in Maharashtra it is there, and Gujarat I have been surrounded by many scoundrels. They are doing in the name of bhakti, there is no bhakti in that area now. Because there are some bhaktis are there, but in the name of bhakti there are many duratmas. And he was saying, after going many places, it is absent. Beyond Gujarat, it is absent. So it is entire description of the geographical things has been given also in the Padma Puran. It's likely 300 slokas. So what essence is, he was talking and conversing on that. Then he said, how can they get bhaktis? How can these two gentlemen can wake up? Because three of them wake up, that is called real bhakti, energies. By reading, that's what we are reading. All the big literatures, we are obtaining jnana. We are reading renunciation because we are abstaining all four regulative principles, not doing meat eating, this and that. Then we are developing vairagya. So those things are combinations going on so that our bhakti has been maturely growing. So now, how Narad Muni will do this? The question mark is, Bhakti has asked Narad Muni one job. I gave you a task. Wake up these two gentlemen. What will you do? Sharlene, tell me. What is your first step? What do you think? How can you wake up this Jnana and Vairagya, two gentlemen who is lying down? You don't know. How do you do?
Scriptures.
Huh? Scriptures, yeah. So what Narad Muni did is, he recited the Veda. Om, started all the Rig Veda, Athar Veda, Sam Veda. He chanted. Wow, they got up. They got up. Gyan got up completely. He was about to stand. When he stopped, he fell down again. He fell down. Vairagya didn't even, he little bit wake up like this. But he didn't do. When that thing again started, what to do now? Narad Muni was, whoa, again, Rig, Sam, double times. He got to wake up. He was thinking about to wake up and walk. And now I was successful. Then when he stopped, when he's talking to Bhakti, that's it, he completely fell down. Gyan. Vairagya is like that, it is going on. Two of them are not waking up. So Narad Muni then he said, oh, I forgot one thing. Some mantras. He started many mantras here, there. He started, then he was excited. He danced a little bit. Again fell down. Gyan was not with the mantras, but Vairagya was waking up. Gyan was still lying. He was just opening his eyes and Vairagya was doing. So combination of this has been described very elaborately on the Padma Puran, very elaborately on these two. It is not a story. It is exact transaction between Narad Muni and these two gentlemen. So when they finally concluded that, now let's recite Bhagavad Gita. So he brought Bhagavad Gita and he started reciting. Both Gyan and Vairagya really got off with this full energy kind of things when they are starting about, but after some time they again gone into their sleep. So Narad Muni felt that I have no idea now, I have to ask some beautiful sages. So he went to the sages to ask questions that how to wake up these two gentlemen who are Gyan and Vairagya lying besides the Bhakti, so that they are all prosperous, three of them. Narad Muni went to few sages, they said, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. But some sages flee away, they ran away because Narad Muni is asking questions. Just imagine, if he doesn't know what it is, mera to beizzati ho jayega, means I will be completely in a bad position. So they are also running after here and there. It's going way round and circling. Then finally one big small sage, that small Brahmin, he asked Narad Muni, why are you running after? Why don't you remember that you taught the same knowledge to Vyasdev when he was in disposition, when he is a despondent, that what should I do? I am not still confident, I am frustrated, attempting so many literatures I have written, still I am frustrated. What suggestion you gave? Oh, I gave reading Bhagavatam, writing Bhagavatam. Go and do that. So Narad Muni went and reciting Bhagavatam to these two gentlemen. All of them are potently flourished, three of them. So the power of Bhagavatam is such that Gyan and Vairagya automatically come to your heart by reciting Bhagavatam daily. Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya. What is the sloka, Prabhuji? Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu. So in this one, you can see that Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Vidhun Hoti Suratam Satam. So by that one, so what you get is, whatever Abhadra in our heart, by reciting Bhagavatam daily, we get all the knowledge. We get all the knowledge. Because by the mercy of Krishna. Yes.
With the Jnana and Vairagya, the bhakti cannot stand. But when we go to, I was recently checking some topics in.
No, bhakti can start without big. That's what she is alive, but
Yeah.
it cannot flourish without these two, Gyan and Vairagya.
But my question is,
Yes.
when I check that there are thousands of swamis and acharyas and everybody is talking different topics in YouTube. I was checking something about Sanatana Dharma. But the point is, they have this jnana and probably they have the vairagya, but there is no bhakti.
Yes.
We don't feel some kind of dry things. There is not the nectar of bhakti is not there. So if these two gentlemen can stay without bhakti, or how did that happen?
Yes, it is an analogy given to about the glorification of Bhagavatam. So you cannot just apply everywhere, and bhakti has some what you call dependence on Jnana Vairagya. It's not like that. Bhakti is itself independent, and at the same time, it has been said, because it has been known there are many people who will misutilize reading Srimad Bhagavatam. There are many people, the Bhagavad Saptaha they do by doing this one. So protect that, and in order to establish the real religion, that what is the goal? If somebody has not developed Jnana and Vairagya by performing bhakti, he is not a Pakka Bhakta. That is the point, because there are Sahajiyas are there. There are people who are many deviants of the bhaktis who are there. So how do you determine that he has really developed the real devotion or not? By understanding that he has also got the knowledge by reciting Srimad Bhagavatam properly, and he has developed Vairagya. So, but at the same time, he cannot say that I have obtained Jnana myself and I have obtained Vairagya myself. That is not the qualifications to attain bhakti. That is not the qualifications to attain bhakti by independently trying to obtain Jnana and Vairagya. Jnana and Vairagya are the result of doing bhakti. And that result is done by properly executing. That's what we are coming to the picture here, scripture. So the importance of scripture here is given in 17th chapter, 16th chapter, last one, what he said? He said that, let me read it one more time. One should therefore understand what is duty and what is not duty by the regulations of the scriptures. Knowing such rules and regulations, one should act so that he may gradually be elevated. So what is that? Scripture's importance has been given. Scripture's importance is kind of a gyan. That gyan has been given. And there are so many people, they read many gyans, many Vedas, but they are like armchair, they will be drinking wine.
That's my question.
Yes, now that's your questions now. So how do you mix up which is the priority and which is not the other priorities? So in this age of Kali, Padma Puran is applicable to Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, all yugas. We just don't take that it is applicable to 1920 to 1960. After that it is not valid. Eternity, all the ages, these particular Puranas, all the Puranas are applicable all the time. But there are certain symptoms of the Puranas, certain essential part of the Puranas are most prominent by the empowerment of the Lord in that particular age. So when I gave the example of this one, that to protect, number one is to make sure that people do not deviate the path. Prigupati Prabhu ki, welcome Prabhu. So they don't deviate the path of not reading properly or not performing some Vairagya marg. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. Because Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam, many places it has been said, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. So, Gyan and Vairagya are the result of Bhakti. At the same time, Gyan itself will not enable you to do the Bhakti. I am giving two examples of Gyan and Vairagya. Vairagya one is, one time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing his Sankirtan in Navadip Mayapur, and there a person's Brahmin, he said that I wanted to also join your Sankirtan party in the night. That is called Kirtan Mandali. In the Kirtan Mandali. And then he was relayed the message that why I should join, why I should be invited, because my qualification is that I drink milk only. I subsist on milk. Definitely it is a highest quality of Vairagya, because he subsists on milk. He is not even drinking or eating grains or anything, which is quality. But Mahaprabhu said that is not necessarily the qualifications to join my Sankirtan party. So Vairagya itself is not the qualifications to join the Sankirtan party. Gyan, the example can be taken from Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Prakashananda Saraswati. Prakashananda Saraswati, he even could not utter the name of Krishna before he was joining. He could utter the name of Lord Chaitanya to some extent. Oh, that Chaitanya sentimentalist. But he never uttered the word Krishna except he uttered the word Brahman. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered there, what he said? First what he said in the assembly in Banaras, he said, Krishna Matir Astu. Because they said what? Namo Narayana. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Krishna Matir Astu. Because Namo Narayana means, you are Narayan, I am Narayan. I am God, you are God. Thank you very much. We meet God and God. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, oh my God, by listening these words, my mind is disturbed. And he said, what he said? His first word came, Krishna Matir Astu. My mind be going to the lotus feet of Krishna. By thinking that Krishna Matirastu. Let the mind be going to the lotus feet of Krishna. Let the mind think about Krishna. Let the mind be absorbed in Krishna. He talked that, then there is a discussion goes on and they are converted. But my point was saying that just by doing Gyan and just by doing Vairagya, you don't get Bhakti. But by doing Bhakti itself, you always attain Gyan and Vairagya by this method. Because in 8th chapter Bhagavad Gita, what it says? You can read the 8th chapter, last sloka Bhagavad Gita, it is saying, whatever performances somebody does from the results of reading of Vedas, Dana, Jnana, Yajna, he always attains by performing devotional service. 8th chapter, last 28 text. It says about that. So one should know it is other way, not this way. That is the point. So when you say about YouTube, you saw that many saintly persons have been saying that one, it is a progression path from their elevations towards Supreme. Because everybody has different understanding. Just like we say, the evolution of the bodies. So the evolution of consciousness starts by developing some sorts of spiritualism. People go to different yoga centers. It is a basic understanding. So we should not discourage them also. So it is a basic understanding. At the same time, one should not also compare immediately with the devotees. Okay, they are not doing that, which is also not good. So at the same time, we should have a respectful mind in our heart that at least they are trying something substantial to know about spiritualism. But now, they can be more fortunate by just directly coming to Krishna consciousness. We should have that much vision. And by that vision, that by coming to Krishna consciousness, only they will get things like that. And at the same time, when they go, it is not discouraged. When Prabhupada, in Bhagavad Gita, many places he has written that the God has a form as Mahakal, Kal Bhairav. Those who worship them, we don't disregard them or we don't really criticize them. But at the same time, we know that they are compelled by the mode of ignorance. They are compelled by the different modes of worship. And that's why they are doing it. But at the same time, we pray for the Lord so they come to the right stage. Because they have the same activities. Only thing they have to change their put Krishna in center. That's it. So the example here given by Padma Puran is why bhakti is sitting idle and Gyan and Vairagya, because Gyan and Vairagya also two integral part of bhakti. At the same time, one should not neglect that I am doing bhakti, then sometimes there is a chance you may become a sahajiya. How? A musician, he has said that if I don't practice a day, what happens? I know myself that I have not practiced the music. If I don't practice a week, my audience knows that I have not practiced. They can find the faults in me. And if I don't practice a month, any persons in the world can know me that I am not practicing. So similarly, one should not deviate from the path, and our positions is maintained by practicing the bhakti yoga, which may not be necessarily the... Yes, Tarun Prabhu.
Since we were reading about scriptures, so what are the position of the people who are following Shankaracharya philosophy? Are they still reading the scriptures? Aren't those scriptures are different what we are reading? They are the same, yeah?
Yes. So Prabhuji's question is, are the scriptures are different? Yeah, the scriptures are not different, but their bhavarthas are different. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was invited by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said he was in the Puri priest. He was a great gentleman, great wise man. What he said? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, when he was asked and invited, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a sannyasi, he is an emotional person, he is a sentimentalist, he doesn't know anything. So, Gopinath Patnaik and another devotee, I forgot his name. So, they are very disturbed by such statement. So, Gopinath Acharya or Patnaik? Gopinath Patnaik. Acharya? Yeah, both of them are there. Okay. So, he was very disturbed and he was asking, giving commentary. He told Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, whatever you are useless. That statement in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that conversation is also recorded. He was saying that you are basically useless, whatever your knowledge. You are defying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, when they meet each other, 7 days he taught about Krishna consciousness. Sorry, not Krishna consciousness. He taught about the Vedanta Sutras, about the Vedic philosophy to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In order to make sure that this gentleman is a good sannyasi, I know. Definitely he is a kind of a Mahabhagavat, but not God. But he is sentimentalist, he is just doing something. But he taught him about the Vedic philosophy to him 7 days. After 7 days, Mahaprabhu did not utter a single word. Every day comes, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. He comes, goes. After that they meet sometime. Then again next day comes, 7 p.m. He goes next day, 7 days. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, if you are listening here without I will be also disturbed. What is going on? Did you understand something? So some reciprocation should be there. So when that was going on, they asked who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked, did you understand everything? Or shall I repeat it? I know you are not so intelligent, shall I repeat it? Then he may not understand because such high philosophy I am talking about. I am such a great man, I am talking such a big Vedic philosophy. He might not have got things. I may repeat it, no problem for you because I love you. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, no, I understand the scriptures. I understand the Vedantas. I understand the Vedic literature. But your cloudy explanations is causing me more problem. Then the real conversation between Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started. Then he gave out Sankaracharya. Why Sankaracharya has given such cloudy intelligence to the people and why he has given such interpretations to to cover up your whole divine intelligence to surrender to the Lord. So your question is whether they are reading the same, even though the same literature, salt is missing. Even though the same literature, the taste is missing. One is dry, another is tasty. Just like you make a big rasgulla today and you fresh it and give it, it may be tastier. You bake a big rasgulla without putting sugar, how it will taste? Or without putting taste. So this is basically, they are dry philosophers, or they are called dry speculators. Just by reading one same Bhagavad Gita, you don't become the same person as me. I read the Bhagavad Gita, I don't go book distribution every day. Bhagavati Prabhuji, he is doing book distribution every day, every moment. I read the Bhagavad Gita, I don't become a sannyasi. Same sannyasi is reading Bhagavad Gita, he is becoming sannyasi. Why? Same knowledge is there. What is the lack of understanding is missing. And that comes krame krame bhavet prema. Means by gradually it comes. And those people who are, even though reading this Bhagavad Gita and all the literatures, because it is covered with cloudy intelligence. And why it doesn't come to them? Because they are not purified, or they are not empowered, or they are not divinely merciful by the Lord Himself. Lord chooses to these persons who can perform devotions to me. You don't choose. So Lord chooses someone to be a better devotee for Him than He chooses. So if they not come, but mercy is for everybody. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu given mercy to all the living beings, that you come and you surrender to me and you perform the Navada Bhakti, you perform this chanting of Hare Krishna, and you get the credit. Thousands and thousands of people had got benefited out of this process in this age of Kali. But still there are many people. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling in Kashi and in Banaras, at the time he meditated that how can I convert these rascal impersonalists so that they can chant my name. When he was chanting Gopi, 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 Gopi in his school, he was a teacher before he became sannyasi at the age of 23 and a half years. When he was chanting Gopi, Gopi, one student was very mad. He chanting Gopi's name. He's sentimental. He's trying to offend Krishna, sorry, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he make a big allegation, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu meditated, now it is time for me to leave Grihastha ashram. Generally, Grihasthas, you don't get that much respect. You know, he's a Pacha Grihastha. Prabhupada said, it means rotten fruits. Who cares? Grihastha is like rotten fruits. Who cares? Means they are always entangled with the business of family and home and all. When Prabhupada came to America, he was telling to his god brothers how they think is, Pacha Grihastha. Pacha Grihastha means rotten fruits, which has no taste. So similarly, in this way, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving us this understanding of the scriptures which has written, and Prabhupada said what? As it is. What is this scriptures is? Bhagavad Gita, as it is. One cannot get the same results, because Isopanishads, what we read? By developing nations, you get a different result. By culturing knowledge, you get a different result. Isn't it? 15th or 14th or some sloka, mantra, it says, by doing this one, you get this result. By doing this one, you get that result. So similarly, the same thing is happening, even though by completely misunderstanding a subject matter, you can pollute the whole thing. How it is polluted? Prabhupada mentioned about the milk is there, milk pot is there. If I say the milk pot is touched by a serpent, can you drink that milk? Two milk pot is there. One milk pot is same milk pot. I said, Prabhuji, that milk pot which is yellow cover is touched by a serpent. Can you go and drink it? Just by this word, can you drink it? No. Why? Same milk pot. Why it doesn't give the result? Because it is touched by a serpent. Similarly, if I say the milk is touched by Govinda, can you drink it? It is Mahaprasadam. So our eyes cannot see that. Our eyes cannot see that how these two are different. So our eyes cannot see that how these two books are different. Why we are giving emphasis on Prabhupada's books? Not out of emotion or out of commotions or out of this. With proper knowledge, we understand that this book only can enable people to do devotions, not others' books. Because when I distribute Bhagavad Gita in my hometown, they will give examples. Oh, that person has written book. Gita Press has written this book. That person has written this book. But I was never deviated. I said, this book, you should take it. Do you have that book? They don't have any books, but they give many books examples. That book has this. First of all, you don't have anything. Why don't you get this? It's like going to hunt for a bird, and you are just talking about bird is there in front of. Why don't you catch it? You get it. No book is there, but they are giving examples of 20 books. So I told them, why don't you get this book in front of you? Then finally agreed, something I have to get it. So similarly, for us, it is not a fun. We are already emphasizing the book of Prabhupada because it is not by the same person. I always give an example. A banyan tree is not born out of banyan tree seed. I give you 2 seeds, banyan tree seeds. One who is eaten by a sparrow, digested and passed the stool. From that banyan seeds, you will get banyan tree, not otherwise. Why it is so? This is the divine arrangement. So the empowerment of the mantra has to be given by the same person. Disciplic succession. In Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 it is said, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarsya vidu sakarana mahata yoganashta parantapa. This has been broken, I am giving it. Even though they can read, it has been said they can read for thousands and thousands of years. You know the story of the cobbler and the Brahmins who was putting the elephant into the eye of the needle. I don't need to repeat the story. You know the story. So 2 persons was also there, and Narad Muni came and visited them, and he said, we are going to Lord Vishnu, tell me, when will I go back to Godhead? Brahmin asked, and the cobbler also asked, please tell me when I am going back to Godhead. Narad Muni informed to Lord Vishnu, and it is from the Puranic story. And Vishnu told that the Brahmin will take many, many baths times, and the cobbler will come to me next life, this lifetime. And he came and tell them, what God is doing, tell them, I am putting the elephant into the eye of a needle. So he went to the Brahmin, he said, God is doing that. How come the elephant go inside the needle? He's quite silly. His vision is that much only, his limit is that much. But when he goes and says to same cobbler, it is not that he is emotionally attached. He said, yes, the same banyan tree from a small seed, this God can giving such much of energy that is becoming a 100 meters of banyan tree in the sky. What is the difficulty in putting the elephant into the needle, eye of the needle? You see, nothing. Because it is a faith. And we are discussing about the faith. Faith doesn't come by reading also itself. Faith comes by purification, by mercy. Just by the mercy of some big person, you will get the faith. That's 100%. Because Srila Prabhupada's mercy is there. Do you think that we are all able to do devotions without the mercy of someone? No way. Certain higher things have been done by higher principles, by the Lord's own arrangement or by His particular confidential servant's arrangement, then you come to the stage. Any comments, Prabhuji? Do you want to add something?
I just wanted to ask, I never heard that point. I never heard that point before about the banyan tree seed has to be eaten by the sparrow and digested and then...
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why in India you will see in the many of the house on the top of the window or somewhere else in the second floor there will be banyan tree coming out because the sparrow goes and passes stool there. But here there is no banyan tree in America, so it may be called. Yeah. So it's likely mantra has been empowered by X person and then only get the benefit. Divisions of faith. Potencies. Let's read one more sloka. So Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, what Krishna is answering. Trividha bhavati shraddha dehinam sa sabhavaja 17.2 682 Trividha bhavati shraddha dehinam sa sabhavaja satviki rajasi chaiva tamasi chetti tam srinu. The Supreme Personality Godhead said, according to the modes of nature acquired by the embodied soul, one's faith can be of 3 kinds, in goodness, in passions, or in ignorance. Now hear about this. So there are many people who are in mode of passions, mode of ignorance, also purified by the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So there is a person, it is there again in the same Padma Puran which has been written the glorifications of the recitation and glorifications of hearing. So, a big Brahmins, he was practicing celibacy, he was practicing everything. But by God's arrangement, he doesn't have a son, no progeny. So what he did, his wife asked him, please go somehow or other, get something so that we can. His wife is not so chaste and not so supremely powerful in the. But by recitation of the Brahmins, he was following certain Vedic rituals. So the Brahmana went, and what he did, he saw a sannyasi in the river bank. That is also mentioned somewhere in Uttar Pradesh or Bihar province, as per the definition from Padma Puran. So he went there. When he saw the sannyasi, he goes and touches his feet, and he told the sannyasi, I am going to commit suicide. But it has been said, does his mind say that he is going to commit suicide? If sannyasi, okay, commit suicide, does he will do? Neither the sannyasi is compassionate also, he won't allow him to do that. But he was saying, I will commit suicide. Then sannyasi was very compassionate. He said, what do you want? Said, sir, I don't have anything in my life, and my wife is kicking me out, and please help me to get a son. So he gave him blessings, okay? But one thing, this son will cause you, ruin your life. Do you want? Ruin my life? Now my life anyway ruined. So what's the problem? But at least I will have a son and let it be ruined, isn't it? I don't have money, he will say, anyway if I give money, you'll be, anyway I'm not getting anything, why don't you give me something? It's like that, so that mentality. So he went back and he said, give that fruit. He said, eat that fruit to give to your wife, you will have a son. When he gave to his wife was not believer and he's faithless, mode of ignorance. She doesn't believe. She said, okay, anyway, I can eat, but I'll be pregnant, I'll be this, 10 months, who will carry this? So better what he did, I will give it to my neighbor. He has a neighbor, he gave it to her. So they made a tactics. What they did is, you eat, I make the drama, like having a pregnant, and you wear this, you eat this, and you have the real son. And after that you say that your son died, my son died, and you just transfer the sons from your side. And you said that I am compassionate to giving the sons to you. Means this lady who doesn't have the pregnancy, he will deliver the child which is not, but he will give that child to his neighbor. So anyway, long story short, after that the Brahmin was polluted with many things and he became a ghost. Because he was committing offenses, he became a ghost. So this has been almost 40 to 50 slokas about the particular Brahmin. It is not about the Brahmin, but the essential part is that he became a ghost. And what happened? At the same time, the sannyasi was giving a saptaha, Bhagavad saptaha. You know Bhagavad saptaha? 7 days, 7 nights he talked about Srimad Bhagavatam Gita or Bhagavad Gita or something. So there was the ghost has no gross body. So the ghost was sitting on a dry bamboo, which is pandal, you make the pandal, people are there. One was there, a dry bamboo tree was there, which has 7 knots. You understand? Have you seen the bamboo? Which has 7 knots. So when he was sitting there, when he was coming, every day, first night, 1 knot is broken. They will say at the end of the Bhagavatam class, they will see one is broken. Second night, another is broken. Exact definitions in Padma Purana with the sloka I am telling in English, there's a difference. In the third day, which has been broken. Fourth day, it is broken, fourth one. Fifth day, broken. Sixth day, broken. Seventh day, when the finish is broken, everybody assembled, including the sannyasi, all the ordinary people, they saw the spiritual body, the spiritual aeroplane which came to pick up this person. 7 days of hearing from the pure devotee, and he transformed into, not from ghost to a mundane body, transferred into a self-same spiritual body and went back to Vaikuntha. All of them saw. All of them saw. And even those people those who go to the Katha, some of them are in mode of passion, some are in mode of goodness, some are in mode of ignorance. Doesn't matter. Because by this Katha, by these transcendental vibrations, all of them became purified. None of them has any tendency or anything which is bad. And everybody saw, which has been described in Padma Puran by Vyasdev, that he got this spiritual body and went back to Godhead. So the recitation of Bhagavatam, the recitations of the Vedic literature is not ordinary. Even though we may not have proper faith, sometimes some speaker sometimes the people say he's making so much a boring lecture, sometimes he's saying whatever it is, but even though having patiently hearing and the Bhagavatam Katha from a pure devotee who are really self-realized soul, then you will get the same measurement of effect in your heart, without a doubt. So it is, there are many instances in Puran, what it does is strengthen our faith. It doesn't give philosophy. Philosophy you collect from where? Vedanta Sutras. Philosophy you collect from Upanishads. Philosophy we can collect from Srimad Bhagavatam, many places. But Puranas, it gives philosophy as well as mixed with practical realization and some examples and some incidents which strengthens our, which matches to our natural lifestyle, and it really gives you more intelligence. Just like if you see Mahabharata has been there, in Bhagavatam it will be saying, okay, Kunti is a pure devotee, she is praying about Lord Krishna and Govinda, and then each sloka has been defined, Namo Pankaja Netraya, Namo Pankaja Maline, etc. Then he will go the many prayers and go one after another, and then the exact prayers definitions should be given so that we can recite. In Mahabharata it will be described like that, okay, Kunti has 2 sons, and there was a competitions when Kunti wanted to give the mantra to Madri, she gave the mantra, which is feels like you are there, means it is natural things it will show, means okay, she gave the mantra to whom? To Madri. Madri by mistake, she instead of asking 1, he asked what? 2. At a time she got 2. Then Pandu asked again that why don't you give 1 more for you? He said, no, I already got 3. If I give Madri 1 more time, she anyway did mistakes. 2, if she get 2, she'll get more. 4, I will have 3. So such calculation has been given, which makes interesting in the sense that it makes my daily life. Isn't it? Means ladies' enviousness and this. But those are also practical things to know. And by reading those things, people get interest towards the spiritual life or understanding about the values of the whole history. But ultimately one has to depend on Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, as I mentioned in the beginning, what is that? Srimad Bhagavatam, recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, Narad Muni unable to awaken whom? Jnana and Vairagya. So by how we will get it? So Bhagavan is saying there is 3 kinds of people, mode of goodness, mode of patience and mode of ignorance. 3 different varieties of people are there who can understand God in their 3 levels, but ultimately all of them can come to whom? To Krishna. In this one, which is said, Yanti Deva Brata and Pitrani Yanti Pitra Brata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Madhyajina Piyanti Mahamagati. And then we have the divisions of austerities, faith, and divisions of mind, speech and body, which is the different levels of austerity, different levels of their symptoms have been described in the 17th chapter. So it is time for Aarti now, so we may take some reflections if anybody has questions or comments. 1 or 2 minutes. Give the microphone. Anybody have? Ramanand Sakha Prabhuji. He's back from India, from Mayapur Dham. Please give a big Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Please say some words from Mayapur.
Our Mayapur trip was very good. We were about 30 or 35 devotees there. 10 from ISV, about 10 from ISV. Most of the time, we didn't go to so many places, but we did go to. We were going to 1 or 2 places every day, and rest of the time, also during the time we go to other places. Also, we were doing constantly hearing and chanting. So wherever we go with we go. Wherever we go while walking, while we are there, Harinam just went on continuously, non-stop. So yeah, it was very good overall.
Oh, very nice. Hari Bol, Mayapur Dham ki, Ramanand Sakha Prabhu ki. Thank you, welcome back. So other devotees are also coming back? They already?
Yeah, they will be back. They will be back in a week or so. Everyone will be back.
In a week. So we got some energy now.
Mm.
So we'll go for Aartik now. Prabhuji, ready for Aarti? Yes. Okay. So Radha Madan Mohan ki, Srimad Mahaprabhu ki, Lakshmi Narasimha Dev ki, Gaur Premanande, Srila Prabhupada ki. Prabhuji, you want to sing the... We can do regular Hare Krishna.
Uh-oh. Did Sunny leave? Is Sunny...
Sunny Prabhu is here.
Wait, maybe just went into the bathroom. Okay, good. So I don't want to miss him.
Is he here, Prabhu? Sunny Prabhu?
Maybe just went in the bathroom there.
Oh, that's
Okay. Shall I wait for everybody to...
Yeah, maybe just...
Okay.
Let's do it then.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prachadine Nirvashesha Sunyavadi Vastrachadeshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Padavajagacharya Stotra Sutta Shishimana Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Iskan Vividipanda Charya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Padavajagacharya Stotra Sutta Shishimana Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai Ananta Gauri Vaishnavinda Ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shamakunda Radhakunda Giri Gopadan Ki Vrindavan Dham Ki Navadip Mayapur Dham Ki Ganga Jamuna Maya Ki Tulasi Devi Maharani Ki Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Harinam Sankirtana Ki, Brihat Madanga Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru Garanga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Thaini. Lada Lada Thaini. Hiranyakashi Pavakshaha. Shilatam Kalakalaye. Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimha. Ito Nasimha Parato Nasimha. Yato Yato Yami Tato Nasimha. Simha Hridaye Simha. Bahena Simha Hridaye Simha. Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapati. Narasimha Madim Singamadim Sharanam Prapade. Avakara Kamalavare Naka Aduta Singha Dalita Hiranyakashipo Tanubanga Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Keshavadrita Hari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Narahari Jaya 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 Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Shri Bhakti Vinod Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagwan Ji ki Bhakti Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ji ki Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji ki jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji ki jai Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagwan Ji ki jai Shri Prabhupada Ji ki jai Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Bhagwan ki, Sriman Mahaprabhu ki, Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Dev Bhagwan ki, Gaur Premanande. Thank you for coming, very small crowd, it's good. Maybe people are watching from internet and many places. And anyway, whoever is there who gets the mercy, who is here, show and get the mercy. So Ramanand Saka Prabhuji is back from his Mayapur Jatra. Please give a hearty welcome. Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. So he has gone to Mayapur Jatra with Vaisheshika Prabhu and lot of 10 devotees from ISB and around 30 plus from other parts of the world. So they have very nice times. So hopefully they will share a lot of realization after everybody comes and charged with the Sankirtan movement here. So we did anyway our Nityanand festival without all of you, but somehow by Krishna's mercy, Krishna Purushottam Prabhu and others led the whole thing. It was a successful event. And there was no sponsor on Wednesday, but hopefully if you go to New Temple, we'll start sponsoring on Wednesday also. So before we move to, I also would like to give a thanks to Bhagavad Prabhuji for leading the Kirtan today. Give a big Haribo. And last but not the least, Prasadam is cooked by Yashoda Kumar and Nitya Navina Mataji. And please give a big Haribol to them. Hare Krishna. And we don't need big cleaning crew, or still we need 2 more people. So please raise your hand who wants to volunteer, because Ramanand Sakha Prabhu is back from his big spiritual jatra. So please give a big hand to Ramanand Sakha Prabhuji for taking care of the kitchen service. But not only the clap, but also raise your hand. One way clap. Tarun Prabhu ki jai. One more. Okay, that's fine. Srinivas Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any other announcement? Yes, Prabhuji. Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So I gave the lecture, just if you don't know why he's saying jai. Not for something else, but something. Hare Krishna. So if nothing is there, then we'll sing the Mahaprasad, very light prayer. Mahaprasade Govinde Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Salpa Punya Batam Rajan Vishwasaneva Jayate Sarira Vidyajal Jodendriya Tahikal Jive Fele Vishaya Sagare Tar Madhe Jivati Lobhamaya Sudurmati Tak Jeta Katina Sansare Krishna Bada Dayamaya Karivare Jivajaya Saprasadanna Dilo Bhai Sehi Annamrita Pao Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gunagayo Premidako Sri Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan Mahaprasadam ki Gaur Premanande Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki. So just a quick update, that new temple we might be moving very soon. So hopefully maximum 1-2 months staying here, and then after that we'll move to the, I believe last Sunday, those who are not there, not on Sunday, Saturday, Jagrini Mataji gave a presentation about the progress on the new temple. So almost many things have been done. So occupancy, residency, and couple of other final items which is left. So I don't think it will take that long, but the details will be given communications in shortly. So hopefully just cross your fingers. And it is month of February, so March is coming. So before, we may not see definitely the month of May here. So we would be sometimes after Gaur Purnima or before at the time. So more details will come, but just giving a quick update on that. Hare Krishna. Thank you. 1965 Latham Street, Mountain View. Latham, Latham. AM. Latham Street, Mountain View. Hare Krishna. No, I'm not working yet.
Really? Thank you so much.